Many buyers out there think that saving money on a house just has to do with negotiating the purchase price down. But most buyers overpay in ways that have absolutely nothing to do with that listing price. Every single day, I am watching buyers overpay by buying emotionally, chasing cosmetic perfection, misunderstanding negotiations, and honestly just not understanding how real estate transactions actually work. In the meantime, you have these smart buyers out there that are saving tens of thousands of dollars up front, they're reducing their monthly payments, and they're actually winning homes with less stress. So now let's get into how the smart buyers are actually saving money right now. Number one, they do not overpay for cosmetics. This is a mistake that I see a lot of buyers making right now. Every single person out there wants the perfect kitchen, perfect furniture, trendy finishes, basically the Instagram house, which means all of the buyers out there are chasing the same homes. Meanwhile, you have these very solid homes out there that are sitting for longer because the paint is ugly, the landscaping is bad, the lighting is outdated, the kitchen just isn't one of these new trendy kitchens. And these buyers out there are overpaying $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 and more just so they don't have to deal with these sometimes very minor upgrades once they actually move into the home. So the buyers out there that are saving the most money are purchasing based on good bones and not perfect presentation. Number two, these smart buyers are asking themselves, how can I reduce my monthly payment, not just the purchase price? So a lot of people don't realize you can actually do this, but basically, instead of asking the seller to take $20,000 off the purchase price for the property, the buyers are asking for a seller credit of, let's say, $10,000 at the closing. That way they can actually put that seller credit towards their closing costs, and in many cases they are actually buying down their interest rate so their monthly payment decreases for the first year or two of the loan. That is often a more effective way to save money than simply asking for that money off the top. So this is definitely something that I would advise you speak to your real estate agent about and your loan officer about if you are getting a mortgage. And it's just a way that some of these smart buyers are saving money, not just by asking, how do I reduce the price, but how do I reduce my monthly payment strategically? The third way the smart buyers are saving money right now, and not just money, but time and energy, is by understanding this lie that is being told about proceeding through the home purchase without a buyer's agent. Now, I understand why this assumption has been made, and I'm sure that people are being told all the time to go without a buyer's agent. It'll be one less agent that has to get paid out of the total proceeds. If you approach a seller and you do not have a real estate agent that needs to get paid, that seller is going to think that your offer is more enticing because they're going to net a higher profit for the sale. Very fair assumption that is being made. It's just not automatically how this works. And in many cases, this actually very much hurts the buyers, how the buyer looks in the eyes of the seller as well. So let me explain. What happens is these listing agents are getting agreements signed with their seller that says what happens in all of these scenarios. One of the scenarios being if a buyer comes to the table without using a real estate agent. And in many cases, the listing agent is simply getting paid the additional funds that would have gone to a buyer's agent had there been a buyer's agent involved in the transaction, because someone has to coordinate all of the documentation and access to the property and all of these things that a buyer's agent would normally do. The only one left responsible for doing that is the listing agent. So in many cases, they're just building that additional commission into their agreement with the seller, and the buyer has absolutely zero control over that listing agreement. What you're seeing happening is buyers are thinking that they're at an advantage by coming to the table without an agent, and all they are doing is foregoing representation, foregoing protection, and letting the sellers know and the listing agents know that they don't really know how all of this works, which is actually more of a red flag to the listing agents and to the sellers out there, because they see a buyer coming to the table without guidance, without expectations being set, without understanding financing, inspections, timelines, negotiations, all of these things, and they think they're actually benefiting by coming to the table without a true buyer's agent to represent them. Not changing the economics of the deal whatsoever, all they're doing is foregoing representation. So the smart buyers are out there. They're actually using a real estate agent that has been through many of these transactions before. They understand what sellers are looking for. They understand that these people are actually making them look like strong buyers that are going to get to the closing table. So the smart buyers are out there using representation, using professional real estate agents that aren't just opening doors for people. They are strategic buyers agents that understand how to win homes in every different market. I will say the one exception to this is if you are looking to make an offer on a property that is not listed by a professional listing agent. So you're going after a for sale by owner property. That's a good way to make sure that commissions aren't being paid at all, and maybe your offer does look a little bit better to the homeowner in that situation. Number 4 is these smart buyers out there are saving money by understanding that the total monthly cost of ownership matters more than the purchase price. So this is something that everybody should be fully wrapping their heads around. Cheap houses are not always cheap to own. I have seen buyers trying to desperately negotiate $10,000 off the purchase price while completely ignoring taxes, condo fees, commuting costs, insurance, maintenance, future repairs. So what matters is not just the purchase price, is the total monthly cost of ownership. Now, if you want a little bit of a cheat sheet for understanding your budget, I'm going to drop a form in the description so you can get access to ours. But this is something that I feel that you should be working alongside, not just your real estate agent, but your loan officer and a financial advisor to make sure that you're not overextending yourself with your home purchase and that you can move forward comfortably once you get an offer accepted. So the buyers who usually win long-term are not usually the people that bought the flashiest house. They're the people who stayed patient, understood the market, negotiated intelligently, avoided expensive emotional decisions, and used an agent that truly helped to guide their search and transaction process. Because saving money in real estate has a lot less to do with getting lucky and a lot more to do with avoiding mistakes, understanding the market, and how to win homes. Guys, if you are thinking about buying a home anywhere in the greater Boston area in the next year or so and could use a little bit more insight, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to have a conversation with you, better understand your goals, your needs, what you're looking for in the perfect home, and we'll walk you through our strategy and how to get people a little bit more comfortable in the marketplace, and we can take it from there. But thank you guys for your time watching the video. If this was even remotely helpful for you, please do me a favor and subscribe, leave a comment, share this with someone that you know who is looking for a home in the market right now, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you again for your time. Take care.